So if there was any place that belonged to us, right, by birthright, by blood right, it is America.
Yes, indeed.
And everybody around the world has to respect that. So when you see a black American and they travel around the world, please don't be disrespectful and ask them outside of America where they from.
But again, these are Twa and Mbuti people, short-statured, Twa and Mbuti Khoisan. There's evidence of Africans here that go back 100,000 years. There's evidence of a black woman in San Diego, California. Her bones dated 90 to 80,000 years ago. Same exact people. They peopled the planet. There was a time that the only people on the planet were the Twa and Mbuti people. There was nobody else on the planet but them. Wasn't no Europeans. There were no Asians. There was just a short-statured Twa and Mbuti from continent to continent.
Right, they seen that we was already here, we was thriving, we had our tribal and nomadic ways of living, right, and there was already African explorers who came over here already doing trade and things of that nature, right, and so within that there was already populations of people that were here.
The first people in Canada are called Skralings, S-K-A-R-E-L-I-N-G-S, and they were noted to be mound builders. They were the first people who also lived off of the tip of South America, and they're called Fuegians, F-U-E-G-I-A-N-S. That our presence here precedes Native Americans. We're not saying that therefore Native Americans don't have a right to this land. We're just saying we're the first all over the planet, you know.
It's nice to understand that, but then you also have the black gods that are the black American gods, if you will, where, you know, Egypt was not just in, or Kemet, I would say, and Kemet, I'm talking about more so that mindset of things that we built was not just in, you know, Northern Africa or in Egypt, but we built here. There are pyramids here. There's pyramids and there's, you know, mummies that have been found in America, 12,000-year-old mummies, and pyramids that's been found here in America. So why don't you think that we know, well, of course I know this answer, but I want to hear yours. Why don't you think that we know how special we are in America?
They have to create a narrative that we are guests in our own country. The narrative that we were just brought over here to a new country by white people. Our history was stripped from us and we were slaves, and white people felt the kindness of their heart to free us. That's the common thing. If you go to the African American History Museum in Washington, D.C., that is really the whole theme of it. When you walk through history, you see slavery, civil rights, and they got a big picture of Obama at the very end. That's not all of our history. We are the culture of America. The good thing about us is that we can claim African history because genetically we are African people. We can claim Kemet. We can claim all of the great rulers that occurred in Africa. We can claim the Moors. That's a part of our bloodline as well. What makes us unique is the history here in the Americas, because the United States was built by foundational black Americans. There was no United States until we built it. We have a very special claim here because every part of the culture here, we either created it or we influenced it.
That's a fact.
And many of our accomplishments are erased or given to other people. When we